Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another installment of Help I'm an Adult podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, before I go ahead, you know what to do. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe on this, on down below. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date on everything that's going on this channel, and also don't forget to comment below on anything else you'd like to see on this channel, and also give the video a thumbs up if you hopefully enjoy it. And don't forget to also check out all the other videos. And for those that are listening to me on podcasts and on audio, I thank you very much, and please go rate, go like, or follow on whatever platform it is that you are listening to. And to everybody, no matter where you're listening from, don't forget to please share this with people who you think will benefit from it, and share just what Help I'm an Adult is with somebody, a young adult that you know. Thank you very much. So now let's get into today's episode. So today I will be talking about setting New Year's resolutions. And if you guys have been keeping up with the podcast episodes, I've been talking about things that I started with, basically getting older, to talking about things that no one told us about getting older, to talking about setting goals, and now the one eminent goal that's coming up is a New Year's resolution and a New Year goal. And 2020 has been a year, we've all heard this so many times now. And but what are our expectations and what are the goals that we want to be setting for ourselves going into 2021? And I'm going to just give us a few things to actually consider and things to think about when we're setting those goals. And these are things that I'm definitely going to be considering in setting New Year resolutions, even though I don't really have New Year resolutions. But you know what? I'm here to help you guys and serve you guys. So let's work on this together. So first things first, New Year's resolution has become, I don't know why it's called New Year's, as if it's multiple. Anyway, New Year's resolutions have become much of a thing. If you like, everyone knows this, it is a thing. Everyone sets a goal either for fitness or a goal for personal growth or career and all of that jazz, or education. But 2021 is no exception. We're all going to be setting goals in those various areas of our lives. But overall, these are the things that I think we need to consider. First thing I would say to consider is the climate of the world that we live in. So COVID is still something that most countries are still experiencing. Like here in the UK, we're either in lockdown or not in lockdown, or we're in tears or we're not in tears. No one knows what 2021 is going to at least start off looking like when with the COVID and the way governments and bodies of the world are handling the situation. So I would say consider all of that in when you're making your plans, especially when it comes to either traveling plans, maybe when it comes to health plans as well. All of that needs to be considered. When I say consider COVID when it comes to travel, obviously we need to know what's open and what's not. What do we have? Where can we go? Either without quarantining or with quarantine. I don't know. I've not traveled, so that kind of sad. Kind of sad. But anyway, so this is just, again, this might only like this is something I would definitely say to consider actually at the beginning of 2021. If you're thinking I'm going to travel here and there, consider all of this and put it into your bracket of thinking when you're making your holiday plans, I guess, or vacation plans, or traveling out the country plans, whatever that plan is. Also, the climate of the world when it comes to, I said the world, like the UK is the world. Like in the UK, Brexit, that also affects our travel plans. We need to know, make sure we have everything we need documentation-wise now, especially when traveling within Europe and all of that jazz. So yeah, that's definitely something that I would say we need to consider as well. Also, I think in setting the goals, I think I mentioned this last week. 2021 is probably going to be, I'm sure if we don't know, we'll probably have done the same thing for 2020, but definitely set more short-term goals than long-term goals for 2021. And obviously the long-term goal in 2021 is like in 12 months time, this is what I want to achieve. But with restrictions and constraints in either travel, in health, in various aspects of life, even in education, and the way exams might run, or the way universities might work on admission, I don't know. You need to consider setting short-term goals. So with education, if it's just take it one day at a time, you know when your exams are in the new year, just focus on those exams and don't think of the long run. Like, I know a lot of people are like, would I ever make it to uni? Would I ever actually enjoy uni under a COVID climate and all of that stuff, I would say do not focus on that because that's still in the long term. Actually, for those in their final year of college or whatever it is, that the year before you go into higher education. So I would say just focus on the now, focus on your current situation, your exams, do your best in that, and everything else would hopefully fall in place for the future and for the months to come. So when it comes to our careers as well, I would also suggest that I've talked about setting career goals going forward, like in the previous episode. So go check that out as well. Short-term goals, as I said, kind of would help you get to that long-term goal of yours. But within a year, your long-term goal might be maybe 2021 is the year you want to get a promotion. So start from the beginning of 2021 and work towards that promotion. Do what you know you tick all the boxes you know you can tick as you go forward and focus on those individual achievements as you go along. And then in the long run, a promotion come into place. If it's that 2021 is the year you want to get a job, same thing. Start applying for jobs now, no matter how little, even if it's not in line with what you dreamed you'd be doing for a job. Like I said, no one ever really starts. Most people don't really start in their dream job, but start somewhere, basically, and start applying for the job. When it comes to the health, I know everybody always like, this is the year I'm going to go to the gym consistently. This is the year I'm going to work out consistently. And that's great. But don't think of it as like by December, I want to either lose this much weight or I want to either gain this much or I want to do this. Just take it one step at a time on a daily basis. We talked about little things you can do for your health actually while in either lockdown or quarantine or whatever it is on a previous episode, the episode I had my PT on. I think it was called Staying Fit and Healthy in Lockdown. So go check that out as well on tips on things that you can do to look after your health physically, but also mentally. If 2020 has taught us anything, mental health is essential in all things. Like a stable mental health will help you actually gather and get to a stable physical health. Because if your mindset is all off and whack and you're not feeling in the mood to and not pump iron, like they were saying, lifting weights or running or doing this, then if your mental health isn't there, like doing those exercises and actually getting physically fit might just not be a thing. And when I say staying fit and getting healthy, like you might be somebody who's like, yeah, I'm going to do all this workout, but like you're eating wrong. So there's no balance there. And the eating wrong might just be because you're already still stressed even after you've done all your exercising to distress. So make sure you actually think a lot about, putting a mental health goal of some sort into your New Year's resolution. So if it's that I'm going to meditate every day, if you can't do it every day, you just be like once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'm going to have a moment of meditation. Whatever it is that works for you, I would definitely say go for it. Include something to do with your mental health, with your physical health. If it's not even exercise, and if it's just that, you know what, this year I'm going to try and just have a healthy, have a better relationship with food. So eat healthily. Either is maybe if you decide to go vegetarian or vegan, every man to himself, or you just decide to still stick to your diet, but also now be more conscious of not your diet, stick to whatever it is that you're doing diet-wise in terms of nutrition and food and either veganism, vegetarian, and all of that stuff. Stick to it, but also think of maybe now consider more of the nutrients and the stuff that's going into your body. And yeah, there's so many things that you can consider. So making a New Year's resolution for 2021 might seem like there's no point because 2020 just basically threw all of us basically through a whole loop. So I would say for 2021, consider your resolutions to be short term, consider them to be efficient, something that you know you can actually do. Don't set a resolution because everybody else is setting that resolution. If everyone's resolution for a healthy lifestyle is going to the gym and you're like, okay, I'm going to do that too, but you know you can't do that, then don't do that. Instead of going to the gym, you can always go for walks. Again, discussed in that staying fit and healthy episode. So please think of yourself. Don't set resolutions because every other person set a resolution. And also, if you don't even want to set a resolution, just because 2020 has basically made you be like, nah, I'm just gonna go with the flow now of things, that's okay too, because you don't actually necessarily need the resolution, but also make sure you make 2021 as productive as possible for yourself. And if that means 2021 is your year of rest, girl, boy, chill. Take that rest. Do what you have to do. If that can be a resolution. A resolution can be, you know what, this year I want to take time to rest. That's a good resolution to have. It should not, like, you should actually not feel bad for having that. And that's it. And there's also resolutions that you can make, like I said, with career. Listen to the previous episode for that. And relationships as well. Listen to the previous episode. This is relationship with either work colleagues, either your family, your friends, your husbands or partners or boyfriends, whatever it is, your children. Those resolutions, all of those relationship resolutions all come around to have good people around you. Make sure you trust and respect each other. Make sure those within those relationships, communication is always, there's good communication within all of those relationships and all that jazz. So I think that's that's a good summary of New Year's resolution, of ways you can, of tips on how you can set a New Year's resolution for 2021. So this and that basically ends this episode. But before I leave, just so you guys know, this will be the last podcast episode of 2020. I will be back again in the new year, but the season continues, season 3, and I'm actually excited and looking forward to what the season has to hold. And there's so much more that I want to talk about. We're starting afresh, so this kind of concludes our getting older and being grown up kind of tips and tools, basically. And come the new year, we'll start on a brand new, maybe, I don't know what it will be yet, but definitely brand new topics and hopefully things that you guys can learn from. As always, again, don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Don't forget to like and comment and all of that good stuff, and share as well. And those on audio as well, don't forget to do the same as well. So that's following, sharing, rating, commenting, giving reviews. Actually, yeah, giving reviews as well will be awesome and great. Thank you all for being a part of Help I'm an Adult in 2020. I mean, we did two seasons in 2020. That's great, and I'm so grateful, so grateful. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas ahead and a lovely New Year, and stay safe in everything that you do. And I pray and wish you all a wonderful time of celebration with your loved ones. Thank you guys for your support in 2020, and I'll see you all in the new year. Bye.